Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a finale for my years of usage project pan. I've had a complete blast with this project this year and I'm going to be doing it again next year. So just as a recap, kind of the rules of the project, you either have to use an eyeshadow that you put in the project 21 times for 2021. So like next year I'll have to use each eyeshadow 22 times instead of 21. And then, or you can hit pan, and once you either hit the usage goal or hit pan in a shadow, then it's a goal met and rolls out of the project basically. So I have hit a ton of usage goals, I guess, this last bit of time. I think I've hit probably 12 or something like that. I don't really know. But I'll try to highlight them as I go. So I guess I'll just get to it. Basically, the uses that I still have, what I didn't reach my goal and I didn't hit 21 uses this year, the uses that I do have will still roll into next year. But I'll just, instead of getting 21 uses, I'll have to get 22 uses. And so next year, every single palette that I'm about to show you that's in this project this year will be in the project next year. However, obviously, I've completed goal on some of those, so those shades will no longer be in the project. And then basically, I've also going to be adding, I think it's 2 or 3 more palettes to this project. So I'm excited about that, and you'll have to wait till the intro to see that. And so that's exciting. So anyway, I'll just start off with, I'm going to go in the same order I always go in. Norvina. I don't remember how much I used it, honestly. Probably not that much since the last time, but I really don't know. I probably should have looked at the tallies. But there's a lot of great usage, and over the year, obviously I've hit goal in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 14, and so that's a lot, and a lot of them other ones are really close. So basically I'm excited to kind of just continue working on it next year organically. I think my strategy for next year maybe try to work on the palettes that were not in the project this year, just so I can get them on a little bit more of an even playing field. And also, I just want to mention, I didn't go out looking like this. I was just wanting to do a Christmas look for this video. Anyway, so, because I know I look a little crazy. But, okay. Next up is Sultry, and I actually need to highlight Cyborg, because I actually use Cyborg in this look on my lower lash line right here. And it hit 21 uses when I did that. And so I took the pictures for my Instagram update, which is at Sarah Cat's Pans, if you want to follow that. But I took the pictures for that before this, but I'll go ahead and include it because I just didn't make the picture, but it's still in the update basically. So that was Cyborg. I need to go ahead and highlight that because I literally just hit it. But other than that, I also hit Twig on this, and I think all the other ones I already had. I think maybe Incense on Norvina is one that I hit on this update, but I could be wrong. I just want to let you know. But yeah, there's a lot of great usage on this. It doesn't look as loved as the Norvina just because I think before I started this project, I already had a lot of usage on Norvina, just as a comparison. You can tell the dips are a bit, and plus I think the Norvina is a little bit softer formula, but I really enjoy, I've been I'm always drawn to Sultry in the winter, especially around this time. I've been using it a ton, and I already hit goal on some of them, and I just keep using them just because I really enjoy them. I know I'll use Cyborg a lot next year just because this is the only shade in my entire collection that I have this, and then when I'm using this palette, I don't want to reach into another palette just to get a deep brown, so I just use this deep brown. So you can tell there's a pretty decent dip there. I don't think I'll hit pan in it next year or anything like that, but yeah, there's just a lot of really cool shades in this. I love the shade Cinder. That's one of my favorites. I wore that yesterday. You can tell there's a really good dip in that. And I don't when I dip my brush in, I do not target my brush in a certain place. I especially for shimmers, I use my finger and I try to get it pretty even. And I know that makes it shorter, what do you call it? It makes it take longer to hit pan in something, but I don't really care because basically I'm the type of person that will want to repress it after I have a big enough pan, and then I think that kind of changes the formula, so I'd rather just wear it off more evenly and then have to only repress when the product's already almost gone. So next up is Pure Visionary. I hit pan in Innovator, this update, which is this like light gold right here in the corner. And then, let's see, let me look. I also, sorry, the lights are kind of blinding you, but this, I mean, obviously this already had pan, but a little chunk of it like came off, but I don't really care. I hit goal in CEO, which is this one. And then I also hit goal in Rebel, which is this one, which was, I hit pan in it. And you can see a nice pretty pan there. And then the rest of them, like, already had pan, I think, before, or whatever. But basically, so next year, like, yes, this palette will be in the project, but only 3 shades out of the palette will be in it. Leader, Optimist, and Icon, because those are the only ones that I did not reach goal on. And then this is going to be, I'm also going to be putting this in some other project. I haven't completely decided because I want to eventually pan this whole palette, and originally it was supposed to be my pan that palette for this year, but I just thought years of usage would be better for me and my style of panning. But I do want to continue to make usage on this even after like I reach my goal in years of usage with it, and just like continue to use it basically. So yeah, I really love this palette a lot, and I want to get good usage out of it because it's like my oldest high-end palette basically. So next up is Becca Ocean Jewels. I don't think I really used it, honestly, the last month. I think I used the shade Ocean Jasper once maybe, but it probably doesn't make that big of a difference. The only shade that I've already hit goal in is this Seashell, the cream. I just used it to like set my eyeshadow towards the beginning of the year, but you can see the tallies on there. And I'll just have to continue working on it next year. So I'm excited to continue working on it. I do like this palette, and I'm happy I have it. But I don't think I did much on it from the last time. This, I actually just hit Beam today. I hit the usage goal on Beam, and I haven't highlighted it yet, so I need to highlight it. But this is Beam. I just hit this usage goal today. And then I did hit a couple other usage goals. I know I hit Jacz, which is this reddish shade. And then, oh, Soda Pop I hit for sure. And then also Central Park I also hit 21 uses in both of those. And then I think that's all for this update on this palette, but you can see here I have a ton that I've already like hit goal in, so not quite half, but I'll already have a giant head start whenever this palette goes into next year, which I will need because I'm adding in like 2 or 3 more palettes. So definitely need that extra like boost. But some of them don't have that many usage, so I definitely have a lot of work to do still. But it's still better than starting from 0. Okay, next up is BH Zodiac, which was my focus palette since last update, and I am like so impressed with my progress. I think like honestly, from the last update, most of these had like less than 5 usage, I would think, and I've been using it a ton since the last update. Basically, this was my go-to palette that I would always reach for just because I wanted to make progress on it, and I really think I have done that, and I'm really proud of that. And even though I didn't hit goal anything, my goal was really just to like get a lot more usage in it, and like to hit 10 uses in as many of the like shades as I can. And like although it doesn't like count as a goal met or anything, that's just like it kind of like makes it like less mentally like taxing next year, because it's like I feel like I'm already halfway done with like meeting that goal, and I'm really excited. I don't anticipate myself like even with the 21 uses I'm not gonna hit pan in anything in this. By the way, this is not in the project, but every other shade is. But I don't anticipate hitting pan, but I will say that the ones I have the most usage in, like Gemini, this one has 18 uses, which I still need like, I guess I would need 4 more to hit 22. It's nowhere near close to pan, but I will say that the dome is significantly flattened. It's like nearly flat like in there, so that's exciting just to like show progress. I used to like not really like this palette that much, but it's growing on me a bit. It's not my favorite palette in my collection at all. I don't necessarily regret buying it though, because I still like use it and like it a lot. But if I probably wouldn't go out and buy it now. I don't know. But anyway, I do enjoy it, and I've been using it a ton, and I think it's a beautiful palette. Okay, next up is Take Me Back to Brazil, and I use that primarily today. Like all these greens on my lid are from Take Me Back to Brazil, and then also this red underneath is also from that. And I haven't been using it much. Like, I probably use like in 2 or 3 eye looks since the last update. So not that significant, but honestly, like, I consider this palette like a spring-summer palette, and we're in like winter, so I really kind of gravitate more towards neutrals in the wintertime. But I'm still proud of the progress. And also, this is the one palette that I don't have that much usage on. But I've heard someone say that they hit pan in like 17 uses on this palette, and I'm not close to that in any of the shades. I think the highest number of uses I have in here is G5, which is this matte, and that's 8 uses, and it doesn't look anywhere near close to pan. But I don't know, like P1, I already had usage on before I like entered the project, and it has like pretty big dip, so I can see myself potentially hitting pan in some of these next year if it really is that thin, like if I use it kind of like all over the lid or whatever, which I'm not anticipating a bunch, but I do really want to like get a lot more usage on this palette, because like eventually I kind of want to phase it out, because it's like I love having the right variety of shadow, but I don't know, like I do really love this palette. It's not like I'm like trying to get out of my collection, but like I just want to use what I have, and this is my only like all colorful palette. So yeah, and these 3 aren't in the project obviously, so not obviously, but yeah. Okay, last one. I'm going really fast. So I think I might have used this like twice since the last update, so I won't spend too much time on it, but you can kind of see here. I don't really, Sinful is obviously my favorite shade. It's this lime greeny one. It's absolutely gorgeous. I kind of consider it like one of the very special shades in my collection. I love it. I'm super excited to use this more next year, and I think this might be one of my focus palettes early on in the year, because if I'm being honest, it's one of the like least used palettes from this project this year. And it's not because I don't like the palette. I do like the palette, but it's all shimmer, so like I always have to pair it with another palette. And also, like I just had so many palettes in this year that it was a little not overwhelming, but I just had so much to work on that it's just like there's no way you're gonna get to everything. But I think next year that'll be a little bit like easier, just because like I get to count the progress that I already had. So I'm super excited for next year's project, and I can't wait. I guess I'll film the intro closer to the beginning of next year, because like right now it's still like mid-December, and I'm gonna continue working on like tallying what I'm using up until then, but I think that the discrepancy won't be that large between like the finale uses versus next year's like intro. So I'm gonna keep tallying in, and then you'll just see like the new tallies upon the intro, but I won't like make note of them, because it'll just be like sporadic, and I'm not gonna like focus on anything. I'm just gonna use literally what I want to use, because I'm not trying to like hit goal on anything necessarily. But yeah, if I do happen to hit goal on something, I'll go ahead and like mark it off and not have to work on it next year. But I'm not necessarily trying to hit goal between now and the finale. I just want to make like more usage on the palettes, or just like basically just like reach for whatever I want to reach for, and I'm super excited for that. And that's kind of what I've been doing like the last few weeks anyway. Like I've been like Sultry was not kind of on my like, what do you call it? It wasn't like a focus palette for me this past update, but I just wanted to reach for it, so I did. And my main focus palette was the BH palette, and also the Pure Visionary, and I feel like I made really good progress on both of those. So like I just feel like I get to play around a bit until next year. And also like even in the beginning of next year, I'm not gonna like, I might not have a focus palette right off the bat, but I might. I don't know. I probably will, but I won't be like super strict or anything. And like with my new job, I'm about to get a new job soon, starting next year, and I don't foresee myself wearing makeup to work just because there's no need, but I can see myself going to town, like anytime I go to town, or anytime I'll be living in the country, anytime I like, obviously if I go out, I'll wear makeup and stuff like that, but like, I don't know how my usage will change from like this year to next year. But then I'll be starting school halfway through the year, so like I think a lot of times at school, like I probably won't have time or like want to make the effort to do it, but I might slap some basic like one eyeshadow look on before I like go to class or whatever. So I'm very interested to see how my usage changes next year, but I'm excited. And I'll save more of that chit chat for the intro next year. Thank you for all that joined in on the project this year. It's really fun to like get to like see your progress and kind of like work alongside you. And I'm really happy that this project has like helped other people like with their painting journey, just because like for me, like I feel like hitting pan is too big of a goal for me just because I'm like super light-handed, but hitting a usage goal is an accomplishment, and this is like a concrete usage goal and it's fun. So yeah, anyway, thanks for joining in. Feel free to join in next year too. Just like let me know in the comments. If you have Instagram, follow me on there and let me know, because I have like a highlight reel and I'll tag you in it. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to YouTube, so I probably won't create like a playlist or anything, but I'm pretty sure like 90% of the people that are in it besides me are doing it on Instagram as well. So yeah, anyway, I have everyone like linked in the highlight reel on my Instagram if you want to check them out. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a blessed day, and Merry Christmas.